Okay, 2022. The Australian government has donated 50 million worth of food and medicine to Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankan government. Now, what did I tell you about food donations? Capital transfer, the current transfer. Something like food and medicine donations. Those are current transfer, usually like a small thing that will regularly come. So then, Lamai, see, in these kind of stuff, we don't have financial account currently and deposit. It's a donation of not money. No. We are getting food. Now, usually, what did I tell you? I told you 95% of the double entry we can figure out by looking at whether we are getting money or paying money. But here, we are not getting money also, we are not paying money. We are getting food. So how do you do? Now, just tell me, Lamai, we'll forget about them donating. Let's say we bought food from Australia, bought food and medicine. Tell me that. If Sri Lanka purchased food, what will be the double end? We purchased food from Australia. If we purchase food, credit financial account, we are paying money. No? Credit financial account currency and deposits. Where does food and stuff go? Food and stuff. Current account, trade account, no goods account. So debit, current account, goods. You can say goods and services, or you can even say goods. Okay. This is if we purchase food. Now here, we are not purchasing food. We are getting the food. But we are getting it as a donation. So food we are still getting. So debit, current account, the goods and services is still there. We are still getting the food. No problem. But we are not paying for it. It's a donation. What do you think about the credit transaction? Is it a capital transfer or is it a current transfer? Food donations are current transfers. We learned that before. So where does current transfers come from? Current account, secondary. So see which one matches this. Debit, current account, goods and services. We are not paying for it. It's a current transfer. We are getting it for free. If you are paying for it, credit financial account, currency and deposit. So which one? Now be very careful with the debits and credits. Huh? The debit is on the right side here, credit is on the left side. I don't know. Can someone reconfirm? Have I typed it wrong? Sometimes when typing, I also make mistake. Can someone check the past paper if you quickly have 2022? Correct? No? Credit is on this side, debit is on this side. No? So debit is goods and services. Then that is number 2. Credit is secondary income, current account, secondary income. Government. Number 2. See, be very careful. See? Some of you all would have gone with answer number 1. This and this. But that is not debit and credit. Okay, so that's 42. Then coming to our last 2. 43. In a flexible exchange rate system, an increase in foreign demand for domestic goods we'll try to break it down. Flexible exchange rate, there is an increase in foreign demand for domestic goods. So our domestic goods, let's say we are exporting things like tea and stuff, tea and garments. The foreign demand for that has increased. Foreign demand for that has. Second income includes worker remittances. Yes, it includes worker remittances and official current transfers. Okay. So what can we say about this, Laman? Increase in foreign demand for domestic goods. So now our exports are increasing. No, do you agree with me there? Foreigners' demands have increased. Now, capital transfers, capital account. current transfers, current account. So usually things like this big grants and stuff, those are more like capital transfers. This food donations, those kind of things, those are current transfers. Current transfers go under official current transfers in the secondary. Capital transfers, there's something called official capital transfers, those go in the capital. What do you all think? So our exports are going up here. Increased demand for domestic currency. Will the domestic currency demand increase or decrease? If more and more people are buying our goods, means domestic currency demand will increase. Correct. Creating a depreciation. Will it depreciate our exchange rate? If more and more people are buying our goods and they are demanding the rupee, it won't depreciate the exchange rate. No, it will appreciate our exchange rate. Wrong. Reduce demand for domestic currency. No. Increase demand for domestic currency. Yes. Creating an appreciation of the domestic currency. Another answer. So if people like to buy our exports, that means they have to pay us. The demand for our currency goes up. They will want rupees. And when they want and more rupees, our currency appreciates also. We went through all of this in our seminar. Go back. Reduce demand for domestic currency. Nah. Reduce supply. Supply doesn't get affected. So answer number 3. Only 3. Done. Then my last question. Now, give me an answer if you're not falling asleep now. What is the main role of the IMF? Now, see, last year also IMF is very common topic. No, what is the main role? Ensuring stable exchange rate regime and provide emergency financial assistance to countries facing crises in balance of payment. Provide long-term capital investment for assuring balance of payment equilibrium and balance of payment balance development in international trade. Reduce poverty. Poverty is whose goal? Poverty is not IMF. Reducing poverty is Kagel. Central Bank නෙවෙයි World Bank. What is the World Bank currently doing to reduce poverty in Sri Lanka? What program are they funding? They are funding the Aswasama program. Aswasama program is replacing what? It's replacing the these are small things you have to know. Now that can be your current context. I don't know. I'm just saying we have talked about this so many times for the last one entire year in class itself. From the fast track to everything, we have been talking about this. So have those small things in mind. Okay, what we generally talk about, have those in mind. So not number 3. Remove barriers for free flow of foreign direct investment. That is not I. Next thing. Provide long-term finance for economic development and stuff. That is also more like Asian Development Bank, World Bank, that kind of thing. So always remember, IMF is there for BOP problems. What is this BOP problem? If your reserves are running out, when your reserves run out, no exchange rate goes for a 6. Right? If we have reserves, we can maintain the exchange rate at some level. But when we run out of reserves, the exchange rate is also gone. So then it's number 1. Difference between Aswasama and Sama, they are 2 different programs. So both are helping the poor people. Now they are stopping Samurdhi because of different problems in that. We would have gone through in detail what the problems are. And then they are moving into Aswasu. Okay. So that is the answer there. That's it. It's 2022. How did you all do so far? 1, 2, and 3. Same. 3 out of 3. And get that. Not bad, no? So that's the basic story on the 2022 paper.